writing content used to take me the better part of a day just to get one article. Why? Because if you're doing content effectively, you're doing deep research to start off with to figure out what are all the nuances, how can you add a novel topic to an idea that's been spun around in SERPs many times so that you're actually bringing something unique to the table. And then you're also having to consider, okay, what's the voice of the client? What are the brand guidelines? What are their USPs? How do I integrate that naturally into the content? And we haven't even talked about SEO data. What are the entities? What are the NLP terms? What are all the nuances that SERPs and Google's looking for? What are the people who also ask questions I should integrate into the content? And then finally, you have to write the damn thing, QA it, fact check it, and do all of this work to produce a ready to publish article. My name's Laura, I'm a seasoned SEO, and if you're not using any agentic AI solutions to solve this yet, or maybe you are and you're still having to do piecework like I was, let me introduce you to SaagaSolve. I just did the sickest workflow in SaagaSolve to fully automate this whole process, and the best part about it is it's built around my workflow. Let's jump right in. First, and if you haven't seen this video yet, I used the agent creator to create an editorial content writing workflow. What that did is I described it exactly what I was looking from an agentic solution. Here, I said, I need a research sub-agent, I need content SEO analysis, a copywriter, a fact checker, and then a mastermind that should synthesize all of this. And the end result should be a ready to go drafted piece of content. Then SaagaSolve took that and spun up a series of agents tailored to exactly what I asked for it, gave me some sample prompts, etc. I was off to the races. Then I said onboard Asheville Dispensary, something my agent just taught me actually, is I can say onboard and it'll research the client and create brand guidelines, memories, and contacts about this client. I can actually see that in the right-hand panel here. It created a brand profile. So now every time I'm working for this client, there's a memory associated with it, with a bunch of research already seeded in for the LLMs to use and base off of. I said find content gaps specifically in the THCA flower vertical, which is one of their primary keyword targets. Confirm with me a short list of opportunities, and then we'll pick one of those pieces to create content for. This is super nice in SaagaSolve is I can build in these human checkpoints so that I'm still heavily involved in this process, or rather, instead of saying heavily, as involved as I want to be. And I can spend my time doing higher level things, but still make sure I'm QAing along the route so that AI doesn't go off the rails. So it fired off a series of analyses. Again, no intervention from me. It's just doing this all on its own. And what it did was it created these sub-chats with these agents it created. So it created a chat with a content SEO analyst, which is looking for that SEO data I was mentioning earlier. What do the SERPs actually look like? What's the intent? And editorial research, which is, hey, find me unique pieces of information that I can bring forward to the SERPs, things that a lot of people aren't talking about, and also just the general facts I should include in this content. And so after doing all of that analysis, let me show you guys this. This was super cool. Spoiler alert, it just did exactly what I asked it to. Isn't that nice to say of an AI? Like, hey, you did what I asked. Amazing. If all AIs can just do that, people would be a lot happier. But it said, hey, ready for your approval. Remember that human checkpoint we asked it to build in? It said, here's the top 5 recommended content pieces. Gave me a kind of a short list of why I would choose these. And then just made a little table. I saw this, hey, top mistakes guide, low difficulty, good traffic potential, very high business impact, quick time to rank. Yeah, let's do that one. Low difficulty, high potential. I'll take that any day. So I said, hey, I'm going to take this one. It then continued to create sub chats with the sub agents it's delegating to. I ran parallel research and broke it out into phases. So first, it's going to create a comprehensive content brief. It's going to send that content brief to the editorial copywriter, another agent it created, to write the full draft using Asheville Dispensary's brand voice, Remember that memory it created earlier, that brand profile? This is where it's drawing that from. Editorial fact checker is another pass through the almost completed content to verify all claims and sources. And then it's going to send it to my mastermind agent here to final assembly with SEO optimization and delivery. Full article ready in 15 to 20 minutes. And then boom, it spat out the full article. Researched, respective of SERPs. We got the title tag, meta description, target keywords, word count, reading time, and then, of course, the actual article, complete with real internal linking, and I didn't even prompt it to do so. Probably an iterative process, and this is great about SaagaSolve, is it's a little light on the internal linking and external links. We want to point out to credible sources to verify and corroborate some of the claims we're making. So I can actually tell it, hey, in future, create your, another agent for internal and external linking. If I want another agent whose whole job is just to do that, or build that consideration into an agent already existing. Either way, we can make this process iterative to take a really powerful workflow right out of the box and keep fine tuning it so we don't have to do the same Q&A over and over and over again. But right out the gate, this was great. But I like down here, let's see, where is it? Maybe if I can find it. It said somewhere, it was like, hey, total production time, 45 minutes. Meaning the time to initiate that first prompt. Have all of that sub agents run that deep level research, QA, fact check, SEO analysis, write the content, synthesize it, bundle it up with nice pretty bow. 45 minutes. You might say, hey, that's kind of a long time to write content. No, because this is production ready content and this is happening all in the background. All I had to do was give it that first prompt, confirm the topic, which was a checkpoint I opted into, and then it ran with it. So if you extrapolate that against all the chats you can have running in the background, 45 minutes, I could have very easily had 10 blogs ready for my review, even 100 freaking blogs ready for my review. And I want to call this out. This is not to replace content workers whatsoever, right? But once you reach a level of seniority in any role, in any organization, you're not doing the nitty-gritty anymore. You're coming to your desk with things ready to go that just need your sort of je ne sais quoi, your chef's kiss, your final touch. I'm QAing it and making sure that you can have the time to take something that's really good and make it masterful. But if you're spending time just making things okay or even really good, then you don't have that time to build in that mastery, right? And so this is the premise of SaagaSolve. It's not replacing your content teams. We don't want to see any LinkedIn posts on I fired my entire content team and moved them to this agentic solution. What we want to see is how your content teams are working smarter, not harder, and getting more value to the clients because they're not starting with the nitty-gritty, doing that research, all of that mundane tasks of the work that, frankly, not a lot of people really enjoy to begin with. They're doing the stuff, the creative stuff that AI simply can't replace, but AI is giving them the time to allow them to do that. Again, my name is Laura Cardona. I'm a seasoned SEO. If you're not using any agentic AI solutions today, if you're pieceworking some of the process I described in different chats right now, give SaagaSolve a try. You can demo it for free at SaagaSolve.com. That's SaagaSolve.com. Thank you. I hope you have a great time using the platform.